There you are. You came back. Bring it in. Bro hug. Bro hug. So, how have you been? It's been a while. It's been too long, but I told you you were going to make a name for yourself. You were going to do well for yourself. And where are you going to come to get suits except right here? And I am so happy to help. I got your phone call. I've got everything arranged over here. I hope you've got some time set aside because we are going to get you fitted. All right? Now, the last time we met, I told you you need a black suit and you need a blue suit. That's going to get you started in the business world. But you have been making a little bit of a name for yourself, haven't you? You've got a little bit of a few bonuses under the hood, as it were, and you're ready to get a full line of suits. Now, it's not going to be cheap, but as you told me, money is no object, and trust me, us tailors love to hear that. So let's get on with the neck here. I'm just going to take a little measurement there. Looks like you are a 15 and a half. 15 and a half. I must say you are taking very good care of yourself. Just going to measure your arm length here. Hold your arm out steady, steady, steady from the elbow. We want to make sure we get those cuffs nice and perfect. Okay, and I'm just going to bring this around and pull in cinch. 42 chest. Very good. And let's take that down a little bit here. And 32 waist. You have been taking very good care of yourself, haven't you? Okay, we're going to get that inseam. It's a first date here, so you can trust me. All right, get the inseam, and we need to get the outseam. And people say to me, how do you remember all of this? I tell them, this is all I do all day. This is my job. Let me just get one more little measurement here. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now, I've got the basic measurements, but we're going to need to do this right. So I'm going to show you a few suits. You tell me what you think, and we'll go from there. Now, first, I have found this brand of belt is actually pretty great. Now, I was the biggest antagonist, shall we say, to this kind of belt because it does this. It's reversible. Black, brown. I had the lowest opinion for reversible belts, that they were trash. But the technology has really come, and they really look nice. They look good. And so if you're up for it, it's not so much that it saves you money, it's just a convenience. Because you told me that you're doing a lot of flying with your new business trip. When you're flying, being able to take one belt is just an advantage. It's something that you really want to try to think about. Do you want me to throw that in the cart for you? Okay, you got it. Now, take a look at your shoes. Looking good. You've got the epaulets there with the black shoes. These need a little bit of work. I think we might need to find some new brown shoes for you. We're going to go and take a look at those. But I appreciate you bringing them in because I want you wearing the shoes that you're going to be wearing with the shoot. I don't care if your brown suit fits perfectly. If it doesn't fit you with your... I don't want you trying on your black shoes with your brown suit. Okay? That's why I wanted you to bring these in. And we'll probably try and find you some other brown shoes. You're better than that. It's fine for a start, but we can do better than that. Now, what I've got here, this is a charcoal suit. And I know personally, of course, that you have your black suit and that you have your brown suit. I'm sorry, you have your black suit and you have your blue suit. So this is a good intermediary. This charcoal suit will fit wonderfully. It's very comfortable. It's fairly lightweight. I find that this type of suit, we probably want to cut it just a little snug. So you're probably not going to want this for any days where you're going to be doing any kind of physical activity. I mean, I don't want you running any marathons in suits anyway, but it just looks really good. So this is the charcoal suit. Go ahead and try that on for me, if you would. Let's give that a try, and you can see the pants there. We're alone in the fitting room here, so this is all just you and me, and that is a pretty nice fit. We'll need to make a few alterations to the waist. We're going to need to bring that in a little bit. Unfortunately, when most of my clients come in, it's a matter of bringing it out, but in your case, we're going to need to bring that in a little bit. And of course, let me just mark off. That's what my little soap is for. We need to mark off where to cut it at your shoes, which is why you have those black shoes on. What do you think? Charcoal? That's the way to go. Okay, now I've got a fun one here for you. You're going to like this. First of all, this is the only three-piece suit that I am going to show you. It comes with this wonderful vest. This is actually a vintage suit. This is not new. This is actually a vintage suit. And normally I only sell new, but I've got a few selection of choice vintage suits, and I think you would do great with this. This is actually got a nice weave to it. And if you look very carefully, there is actually just a tiny amount of blue in here. You see that? And it's got a similar, very soft, silky back here. It's actually got this almost cape-like quality to the back. It's very, very comfortable. I think you'll really like this. Now, it is a thicker weave, so I recommend this more for when it's a little colder. It's not that you need to wear it when it's freezing outside, but if it's 85 and up, you're probably not going to be real comfortable in it, especially with the three-piece. In addition, with a suit like this, I don't want you wearing it all the time, okay? You want to take a suit like this and you just want to just sprinkle it in to your rotation. So the other suits you can pretty much wear in a regular rotation, but this suit, I want you to just pop it in once in a while, just to, yeah, give it a little jazz. Now, that also brings it to another point to that, is you want to consider when you are, and let me check that real quick now that you got that on. You want to check and think about the way that you are wearing these suits. Sorry, I'm just dropping everything today. Because, like you said, you're flying. So if you're primarily in an office, you're going to wear a different suit every day. It's just what you're going to do. And then you'll rotate them out, and the more unusual suits, you're going to sprinkle those in a little more sparsely. But if you're traveling, what you're going to do is you're probably going to bring one suit if it's a 2 or 3 day trip. You're probably just going to bring one suit. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to have 2 different color shirts and 2 very distinct ties. So what this will do is when you're flying, you'll be able to wear your white shirt one day with the red tie. Next day you'll have your blue shirt with the yellow tie. And that way, if perchance you need to go back unexpectedly and see that client again, you'll have a different look to you. And most clients won't even notice that you're wearing the same suit. But here's the thing. I don't recommend the unusual suits quite as much for those trips because they're going to notice that more. But like your black suits, your charcoal suits, they're not going to notice the difference. They're just going to notice that you look good. Okay, let me pull this out for you. I have got here, this is your standard black suit. But you'll see it's got a little bit of a line to it. Got a little bit of cross-hatching in there. Very, very nice. It's not a solid black. I may put you in one solid black, but it's one it's another one that I like try to use sparsely. This one is going to be, this is really going to be your workhorse suit. This is the kind you'll use again and again and again. Go ahead and try that on for me if you would. That's the kind of suit that you can wear over and over again, and as long as you're varying your shirts and your ties, people aren't going to notice a difference. So let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That arm is a little long. We're going to work on that. And yeah, yeah. Oh, but the legs, it's just an almost perfect fit for that. So we're going to get that taken care of for you. So this is the other vintage suit that I have for you. And you'll also see that this is technically a brown suit, but it's not a brown suit. It's not a brown suit the way that your shoes are brown, but it is what we technically would call a brown suit. And you'll also notice there is a nice, it's a much more defined blue that is in the stripe. And so a blue tie, such as one of these wonderful ones I have here, is going to look really nice with this. I recommend, you can wear actually several different kinds of colors with this. What you'll find is that people who are in the know are going to be much more impressed when you pull off a suit like this. Anybody can wear a black suit and they're going to look pretty good. It's just the way it is. But if you can pull this off, and I'll show you later some color combinations you can look at for shirts and ties and things like that. If you can pull this off, people will be really impressed. I want to tell you, I actually wore a suit very similar to this. Not this one, of course, but similar to this. And I actually had a woman call me out and have me come over. And when I went up to talk to her, she said, "You know, you just look nice. You just look nice." No one has ever done that in one of my black suits, but they have in one like this. So let's try that on for you. Now, of course, I want you to put on your brown shoes with that. You know better than to wear black shoes with a brown suit, right? I don't even need to tell you that, right? Okay, just checking. Okay, let's see. We're going to need to pull that in. That is a vintage suit, so it's already been fitted. And yeah, we're going to need to pull the chest in a little bit, but it looks fantastic on you. But we just need to pull that in a little bit. And we're going to need to shorten those legs a little bit. How do you feel about cuffs? I personally prefer cuffs. I just think they look a little bit professional. They just have a nice look when we get it just right, that the way that they break right on the top of your dress shoe. Oh, it's very, very nice. It's got a beautiful look to it. All right, so let me show you this. Here is blue suit. I know you've already got a black suit and a blue suit, but you need more than one. We're going to add that into the rotation, the budget that you're talking about and the lifestyle that you're talking about. You don't want just one black suit. You don't just want one blue suit. You want ones that are slightly different that you can rotate in and out. This is your standard, basic, solid blue suit. Very nice, very professional, very simple. Go ahead and try that on for me if you would. Now, if you're going for a power look, you can always do a red tie with a blue suit. That's always a power look. It's a power move. But if you want my advice, go for things a little different than that. It's not the 80s anymore with people wearing suspenders and big bright ties. You want a little more variety and just soften it up a little bit. You're a fit dude, you're a young dude, you're a hit dude. It's almost coming on too strong, if you see what I mean, if you're just wearing too bright. So let me see here. Good. We need to bring that arm in just a little bit. And just going to mark your cut there. Very good. And of course, most of these suits, as I told you, these are uncut suits, so they'll all need to be fitted a little bit. My job is to try to get the ones that are as close as possible, because that saves you money when we're doing this fitting. All right. Now, this one is one I'm a big fan of. This is a regular black suit, but it's got, if you look carefully, it's got a little bit of a stripe in it. Now, you want to be really, really careful with stripes in black suits, because if they're too thick, you look like a gangster. And this one really skirts that line. It's got a very definite stripe in the black, but it's not too much. This is going to be a nice one for your regular rotation. Honestly, if you wore this 2 or 3 times a week, most people would never even notice because it's such a standard look. It has a good look to it. This is going to be, again, one of your workhorses that you're going to rotate into less frequent ones, those 2 grounds that I showed you. You're going to put those in less frequently, but this is going to look really nice on you. Go ahead and give that a try for me. And before we're done, we also want to double check again, where are you keeping your various things? Your phone? Do you have keys? Do you have a second wallet? You'd be amazed, some people have second wallets. Just anything you have in your pockets, we want to make sure that you've got those, which is why I've had you change them out every time. Get you here. Very good. Woo! It was like it was meant to be. That one fits you almost perfectly. See here? We're just going to need to take those legs up a couple of inches. I'm just going to mark that there. Very, very nice. I think you look best in that one so far. That's the one I like the best. It's a really good look for you. Really, really good look. Now, are you ready for what I call the Undertaker? This is solid black suit. Solid black. No, nothing to break it. No stripes, no anything. This is a solid black suit. I don't recommend this one for your beginners because, again, it makes you look like an Undertaker. So what we're going to do, one, go ahead and try that on for me if you would. Help you get that on there. Good, 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 good. While you're putting that on, we're going to want a really tight fit on this. Okay, so I'm just warning you ahead of time because this is a fashion statement. This is you saying, I can pull this off. Because most people don't look good in a solid black suit. It's just the truth. But I think you can pull it off. I really do. I really do. So we're going to need a good tight cut in the middle here. Very, very good. And I may even, not high rise, we don't doing the high waters as we used to call it when I was a kid, but just a little bit higher on the foot. And it's just a very specific look. We're going to look at maybe some thin ties, maybe knit ties that you can wear with it. When you're wearing this black suit, you are wearing it on purpose. You are wearing it on purpose. You are saying to the world, I am a fashionable businessman. I know what I'm doing, and I pull this off. A little word of warning to you. I don't know what it is about black suits, solid black suits. Don't look good if you put on some pounds. Sorry to say that. It's just true. They just look better on a thin frame, which you have. You're rocking this. You're going to look great on it. Just wanted to warn you, okay? But I'm the only reason I'm bringing this out is because you said you wanted a whole new wardrobe, and I think you can do it, okay? Now, you may have noticed that I am wearing a gray suit, and I have one here for you. Now, this is a dark gray. You notice that this is a much lighter gray with a little stripe. This is a solid dark gray. This is really what this is that charcoal one, and we just turned up the gain just a little bit and went from charcoal to a dark gray. Okay, so this is going to be, again, just one of those real workhorses because it's going to go with just about everything. Go ahead and put that on for me if you would. Thank you. Now, I want to talk to you, while you're putting that on, about your shoes. With a charcoal, with a gray, absolutely you're going with the black shoes. Now, the blue, you have an option, okay? With blue, you can absolutely wear black shoes. That's fine. It really is fine. Or you can wear brown shoes with a blue suit. You can actually pull off that look. But this is important. You have to make sure you got that brown belt to go with it, or you will look like a moron. Okay? So, just letting you know that you've got that option with both. Try that on there. Very good. We're going to need to bring that in just a couple of inches. They tend to make these a little roomy because we want to have good to work with. And again, honestly, a lot of my patrons are a little bit bigger than you, but you're fine. All right. Very, very good. Very good. Very good. Oh, you look buenísimo. All right. I got a couple of fun things for you right here at the end, okay? Let's see what we got here. Now, what is the number one rule of a rule? Is you have to know when you can break a rule. Check this out. Remember when I said if the stripe is a little too bold, you'll look like a gangster? This one, the other one was skirting that line. This one is standing on the razor's edge of looking like a gangster, okay? This is actually one of my other vintage suits. I actually got this from the same manufacturer as that tweed. And you are going to look amazing in this. What you're going to want to do, go ahead and put this on if you don't mind. What you're going to want to do with this is you want to go a little old school, okay? I'm going to recommend pocket square, something not too bright, not too flashy, maybe like a paisley or even a pink. Really, I mean, you can pull that off. And something obviously that's going to go with your shirt and your tie. We can discuss that another time. And you're going to want a tie to kind of soften it as well. You're not going to want to come in there, as I may have mentioned the last time you were here, you do not want a shirt darker than your jacket, because that is what gangsters wear in a 1940s movie, okay? So you want probably a white shirt, a pale shirt, maybe even a pink shirt. Again, you can pull that off easily, but I think you can do this. I really do. All right? Oh, man, that is perfect. That is perfect, because it's got a little, as I'm sure you can feel, it's got a little bit of a tight, and that is beautiful. That's just what we want with this. Got it? Got it? The legs are almost perfect as well. Again, this one's already got the cuff in it because it's a vintage. You are going to look amazing in these. I've got one more for you. A little bit of a toy. You told me that some of your travels took you up north, where it's a little chilly. Got something for you. Okay? You're going to love this. I have here a black overcoat. You are going to love this. It will keep you so warm. What we're going to do, go ahead and try it on. Just let me know how it feels. Go ahead and try that on. What we're going to do is we'll get you that. We're going to get you a nice scarf to go with it and a nice pair of brown gloves. Brown leather gloves, okay? Just a little bit of fur inside to keep you warm. These are professional gloves. You are projecting the professional image, and that's what you're going to have with this. You walk into a client, it's snowing outside, and you have on that overcoat, scarf, gloves. Let me tell you something. You've already won. You've already won, okay? What do you think? Do you like it? I mean, yeah, it's a little hot because it's not snowing right now, so go ahead and take it off. What do you think? All of them? You want all of them? It's gonna run a little bit, but you know what? From what you've described, I think you deserve it. Let's take a few more measurements, and I'm gonna ring you up. And you, sir, are going to look like $1 million.